So, congratulations friends, as you have cleared your first semester, hopefully with a very good percentage as well percentile. And now it's the time to begin second semester. As second semester, it has a 50 mark MCQ and 50 mark descriptive answer. And your first sem, you attempted all 100 MCQs. So now you have to change your working style, your learning style and all that. In fact, you will write all the descriptive answers, you will draw each and every diagrams, and both the way your practice should be there. This time in a biology if we talk, then there are just 6 chapters in it. And all the 6 chapters are divided as a 50%. First 3 chapters belong to botanical study and 4, 5, 6. Last 3 chapters belong to zoological, anatomy and all that. So, first we have to start with our very first chapter. All the best. Good luck to you for your second term examination. Do well. Get more and more marks compared to first semester. Wherever you were weak or your drawbacks were there, hope this year in this semester you will improve like anything. Let's recall our God and we start our sem number 2, chapter number 1, that is plant morphology 1. So here we are starting with our chapter 1. All the best. Sem 2, chapter 1, and this is your botanical study as plant kingdom. So here it is. It is plant. You know very well. You have already studied about plant kingdom also in your first semester. So you are very familiar with all varieties of plants. And now in a plant you are going to study about morphology. I'll explain you what the word morphology signifies. So, morphology, and that is also 1. Now, if we have to study about any organism, whether it's a plant or animal, now there includes 2 types of study. When we study any organism, it can be X, Y, Z, any organism, and we want to study about any particular organisms. So in that case, there will be 2 ways. First is the study from external side. That is from outside only, and that is only known as morphology. Morphology means the study from outside, that is external characteristic. For example, if we have selected any plant and we are discussing that which type of fruit and flower is there, what is the type of branching in it, which type of root system it is, that is just all from outside only, without cutting and dissecting. So that is known as external study. Yeah, we call it as a morphology. And the second way to study any organism, that is known as from the internal study. And internal study, that means anatomy we can say. So that is anatomy. In that, even the dissection, even the TS, that is transverse section, what you take in your laboratory. So transverse section, LS, that is longitudinal section. These all abbreviations you must know. So if a stem or root is given to you and you are said to take the TS, that means you will cut it transversely. And if you are taking LS, then it will be longitudinally. So these are the things how the organisms can be studied by us. So your first chapter says for the morphology. So morphology we are starting here. If we see around us, we can find varieties of plants around us, and we have already studied about this, that it can be a very small unicellular chlamydomonas type green plant to a huge plant. You also know about the categories seen in the plants, as there can be a very small structure to a huge structure like. you have studied about Zamia pygmea also. You have also studied about Chlamydomonas. And this year, in this chapter, actually this first 3 chapters includes mostly higher plants. So here we have to discuss about the flowering plants only. So you know that the plants which have a flower in their life, we call them phanerogames, and without flower we call it cryptogames. So the flowering plants when we say that we are discussing about flowering plants, so in that case there are approx. In today's world we have come to know that there are the flowering plants. Yeah, we call it as phanerogames. So these are the most populated varieties we see around us. It is proved that till now all botanists together of the world have gathered actually 3 lakhs types of varieties. Yeah, we can say this many species of plants, that is flowering plants, are already known till today. It's such a big data, and here we are going to study about the plant. Now when we see any plant, we are now discussing only about flowering plants. So forget about thallus structure and that fibrous and all that. Here we are going to discuss with the typical plant, which can be in the form of a small plant, it can be in the form of a shrub also, while it can be in the form of a huge tree also. Whatever type of plant body it is, but it consists mainly some organs. Now when we say about a plant body, so plant body are mainly having 2 type of organs. One is underground organ. You know the meaning very well. The underground means the part which is inside the soil, that is underground, and the other is above the ground. These are the just common word, even the common people, those who are not concerned with biology, they also know it. Being a student of biology, we will say something more in this, that the body of a plant are having mainly 2 systems, that is a root system and shoot system. So now that one by one new terminology we will begin. Till now it is clear for you that any plant can be studied in a 2 different way. One is external study, that is morphology, and the other is internal study, that is anatomy. Your first chapter is of morphology, that means you are going to study all about plant externally, and still one LS is there, one section is given to you, so that also we will include here. Now in your book, they have given a typical plant body. So if we have to label all the plant organs, then it will be a good activity for you to have a body in front of you, any plant, and then you will have to label all the parts.